you. 2.0, call to order. 3.0, roll call. Merced Zamora,
Here.
Freddie Espinoza,
Here.
John Alvarez,
Here.
Sabrina Gomez is not here, and myself. We can all please stand for the flag salute. Mr. Zamora?
Guys ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 4.0, adoption of agenda. 4.1, adoption of the agenda is requested as presented with the addendum correcting item 13.1.2 and deleting item 13.2.4.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 5.0, consent calendar. 5.1, approval of the regular board meeting minutes for June 10th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Bless you. Motion carried for all. 5.2, approval of released warrants dated June 5th, 2025 in the amount of $231,894.64. June 12th, 2025 in the amount of $1,065,601.50.
Motion.
Second.
The second was by, we have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 8.0, public comments. Members of the public may address the board on any agenda item or other item of interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board before or during the governing board's consideration of the item. The board is not able to discuss or take action on any item not appearing on the agenda. Pursuant to board policy, the board may limit individual comments to no more than 3 minutes and individual topics to 20 minutes. Please begin your comments by stating your name.
Board, at this moment, we do have Ms. Nora Alstead from FTA.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all those folks online. So first thing, again, I'm Nora Alstead. I'm the current president for Farmersville Teachers Association and a elementary music teacher at Snowden Elementary this coming year. I want to start by saying, FTA sunshined back in May. We are still waiting on a district response to that, so I don't know how the board feels, but from FTA's perspective, we would rather get started sooner rather than later so that any potential increases in salary or those kind of things that you're not paying big retro checks. We know that there's some language that needs to be worked on, so we are hopeful that that is coming soon. My second piece that I have is I would like to read a letter. Sorry, I'm stepping on this cord. I would like to read a letter from one of our recent teachers who has recently resigned from the district. When I was up here in May speaking to you, I did say that, in our last bargaining session, we had worked out an agreement to work on teacher retention. I did take some onus that FTA has not pushed on that very hard, but when I received this with permission to read it to you, this harkens to some of what teachers are feeling. So this reads, "To whom it may concern, it is with a heavy heart that I submit my resignation from my position as 6th grade teacher at Freedom Elementary, effective the last contracted day. This decision has not come easily. I became a teacher because I am passionate about helping students grow, learn, and succeed. I have invested myself deeply in this role, but the current working conditions are no longer sustainable or healthy. One of the greatest challenges has been the ongoing behavior issues in the classroom. There is little to no accountability for students who consistently disrupt the learning environment. And unfortunately, this lack of consequences sends the message that such behavior is acceptable. The students who are teetering on the line quickly realize that they too can act out without real repercussions. As a result, a small group of students is regularly preventing the rest of the class from learning, and the entire student body is suffering because of it. What has made this especially disheartening is the lack of support from administration, parents, and the district office. More often than not, it feels like administration takes the student's side, even when staff are doing everything possible to maintain structure, safety, and fairness in the classroom. This lack of backing has left many of us feeling isolated, undermined, and emotionally drained. Additionally, I must speak directly of the SciCon experience. We are expected to work from 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. or later, while remaining on call throughout the night. If a problem arises in the middle of the night, we are required to respond regardless of the hour. For this, we are paid a flat $500 for the week, amounting to just $100 extra per day, while substitute teachers are paid $200 per day for a regular shift. This imbalance only adds to the feeling that our time, effort, and boundaries are not being respected. I care deeply about my students and am proud of the work I've done here, but I can no longer remain in a system that demands so much while offering so little in return, emotionally, financially, and professionally. I will do everything I can to support a smooth and respectful transition in the time that I have remaining. Thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this community. I sincerely hope that meaningful changes are made for the good of both staff and students. Respectfully, Chantel Durkee. If you'll allow me just one more moment, I'm going to say that obviously this was sent to the district before the end of the school year. I had a case close to the end of the school year to be here in the district having a conversation with some folks, and I said, you know, we've got to really work on our teacher retention. I will not tell you who was in the room, but I will say that more than one person in that room when I said that is not an educator and has never, to my knowledge, been in a classroom. And I kind of got laughed at. Oh, teachers leave. They always think it's so greener on the other side. They leave and then they'll come back. And on August 4th, first teacher day of this next school year, I will start my 39th year in education. I have never left a district thinking, oh, the grass is going to be so much greener over there. I have taught in multiple districts. This is my third one in California. I left a district that I was in for 20 years because things were doing this. I went to a district that I really didn't think it was going to be great, but I had hopes. It wasn't. I stayed 1 year, and then I found Farmersville. You've heard me say this. I love our students. I love every day that I open my music classroom because to me, it's not work. It's enjoyment. I get to come in, I get to make music with kids, I get to smile with kids, I get to laugh, we dance, we play. Yes, I'm teaching them some things because I'm working with classroom teachers. Oh, kindergarten, which letter of the alphabet are you doing this week? Great, let me find some songs with that in it. I talked to somebody from my former district yesterday who brought something to me, an instrument they're donating that is going to come to a Farmersville student. This person has just retired and said, yeah, you know, I've always heard great things from teachers in Farmersville, how much they like Farmersville, until kind of recently. She goes, if I'm going to go back into teaching, or if I decide to sub, would you recommend I go to Farmersville? And my response was yes. Yes, because I love the students here. I love the interaction I have with people. This makes me sad. We hear at the end of Farmersville Up. Well, Farmersville Up, let's do better for everybody. Let's do better for everybody. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you. 8.1, superintendent comments?
Thank you, Mrs. Alsted. I don't have any comments at this moment.
Okay. 9.0, student matters. 9.1, recommendation for expulsion, STU 3.
Motion?
Motion to go with the recommendation.
Yes. Second?
We have a motion by Merced Zamora, second by Freddie Espinoza. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 11.0, high school issues. 11.1, approval of summer drum major and percussion camp on July 10th through 11th, 2025 at Exeter High School.
Motion? Oh, second?
We have a motion by Merced Zamora, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct? Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Did I hear all in favor?
Aye. Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 11.2, approval of disposal of obsolete textbooks at FHS.
Motion? Second?
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.0, curriculum. 12.1, approval of 2025-2026 consolidated application for funding.
Second?
Yeah. Is that? Okay. I can't see lips from here on. Okay, motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.2, approval of 2025-2026 curriculum associates elevation contract.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.3, approval of Prop 28 annual report.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.4, approval of amendment to 2025-2026 TCO work plan for integrated English language development, ELD services.
Motion? Second?
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.5, approval of Amplify M-Class Dibbles 8th edition licenses for grades K through 8 with professional development.
Motion?
Second.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.6, approval of 2025 instructional continuity plan.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.7, approval of 2025-2026 local control and accountability plan, LCAP.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. Doing okay, Rosemary? 12.8, approval of 2025-2026 local control and accountability plan, LCAP federal addendum.
Motion? Second?
We have a motion by Merced Zamora, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.9, 2025-2026 California School Accountability Dashboard, Local Performance Indicators.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. It says information only. So we really don't require a motion, do we?
No,
Okay,
but it's on there.
that we agree with the information?
Yes.
Our motion is that we agree on the information.
The information is clear.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.10, approval of 2025-2026 school plans for student achievement.
Motion?
Second.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.11, approval of contract renewal with TCOE SELPA Program Specialist for the 2025-2026 school year.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-0. 12.12, I'm sorry. Approval of independent contractor, SLP, for the 2025-2026 school year.
Motion.
Second.
We have a
With the question
motion.
at the end.
I'm sorry?
I will second with the question.
Okay, we have a motion by John Alvarez and second by Merced Zamora with the question.
So the question was on the previous, I know we approved a lot of trainings. I was just curious, do we do evaluations at the end of these trainings just to make sure that,
Talk about 1211?
yeah, just to make sure that the desired outcome is actually like met? Like, do the teachers, like, are they learning from it, or is this just a training that's just presenting? And I don't wanna say we're going in there wasting our day, but I mean, are we getting something out of it for?
Mr. Zamora, are we talking about 1211, the contract renewal with TCOE SELPA program? Or are we
Uh,
talking about 1212?
I think it was more of the 12-12. No,
1209?
not, I should have mentioned my motion on the previous one, but I think it was one where we're having people come in and actually teach or help teach. I mean, are they fulfilling I think or maybe it's gonna be one that's coming in that we're paying, T-Cove like 76,000.
Yes, that's our SELPA. So yes, we've been contracted with Tulare County Office of Education. It's an additional person to come in, support, and guarantee that we're meeting the requirements, IEPs, and they support us with that.
That was just my question, to see if it's like beneficial or not.
Very beneficial. Do you want us to bring any type of report at our next meeting? Would you like some more information?
Not necessarily on that one per se, but I would say like on all the training that we do, because I know that we're having a couple of training coming for the next school year, and I just want to know if it is, like if the teachers really are benefit from it, or if it's
You'd like
something.
some assessment of
Yes.
all these trainings, whether they are beneficial, maybe,
Yeah, the goal of the district is if we're spending some funding to send either our teachers or bring somebody in, it's gonna be beneficial, it's very data-driven.
I think we should make them take tests when they come back. All right.
Thank you.
okay. So we have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Mercedes Zamora. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-all.
Can I make a comment? I know you've approved it, but I think what everybody's looking for is maybe a survey from the teachers that are working with to see, just a thought.
See if they even like it.
Yeah, something like I mean,
A lot of trainings, and some of them I love, and
Is
some
some
of
of
them.
her really? Yeah.
and there's some that we do all the time, and I just want to make sure that it's not something that, we're just doing the training and the teachers are not really
It's
learn.
definitely not a check in the box.
Yes, that's what I want to kind of.
We make it, at least our new way of doing things is guarantee that we bring everybody that will get as much information as possible.
Okay, moving on to 13.0, personnel. 13.1, approval of certificated personnel.
Motion?
Second.
Comment.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Mercedes Zamora. You had a comment or a question, Mr.
Yeah, I
Alvarez?
noticed the funding is coming from, some of it's coming from the Education Protection Act.
What? I'm sorry?
The funding source coming from the Education Protection Act, right? Where is fine-tuning spending, is that what that is?
Yeah, we're doing everything possible to use all of our funding sources.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Anything additional?
No.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-all. 12.2, approval of classified personnel, item 13.2.1 through item 13.2.6, except for the deleted item of 13.2.4.
Motion.
And second.
We have a motion by Mercedes Zamora, second by John Alvarez. Is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-all. 13.3, approval of extracurricular activities / coaching personnel, item 13.3.1 through item 13.3.3.
Motion?
Second.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Mercedes Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions?
Mm-mm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-all. 13.4, approval of bilingual authorization, I'm sorry, I don't know why I pronounced it that way. Approval of bilingual authorization waiver to teach dual immersion for Crystal Moreno-Perez, 5th grade teacher.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Is that correct?
Correct.
We both did it at the same time. Are there any questions?
Just one question. With the permit, does that have to be completed within this year?
Yes, so it's a yearly authorization.
Oh, okay.
But
The goal with Ms. Crystal Moreno is for her to complete it by the end of this year.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
This is her first request.
This is her second year in the position.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 4-all. 13.5, approval of memorandum of understanding, MOU, regarding the reassignment and transfer of classroom teachers between J.E. Hester Elementary and George L. Snowden Elementary for the 2025-2026 school year.
Motion.
Second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza, is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 13.6, approval of memorandum of understanding, MOU, effects of transition to a 7-period day at Farmersville Junior High School.
Motion?
Motion.
Oh, second?
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza. Are there any questions?
A lot of questions, but we'll just move forward. Okay. Appreciate all the hard work you guys put into that, believe you me.
It's quite a process, yes.
Yeah.
Any questions other than that?
None.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 14.0, board business. 14.1, consideration of any item any member of the board wishes to have on a future agenda or provide a written update. Mr. Zamora?
None at this time.
Espinoza?
No, just want to say, good job, everybody, on working on the transition. I know it's going to be a little different this year. And if anything arises or, because it's going to be brand new to all of us, I think let's stay knit tight as a family. And, if teachers have questions or anything, feel free, to bring them to us and see if we need to navigate anything differently or the way we're putting kids together. I just want to say thanks for all and the teachers also, I read everything and it looked like everything's been worked out. So it's good that we're starting off in the right step, for sure.
Mr. Alvarez?
I still would like an evaluation on the superintendent. I mean, due process, I think we need that. Just because, he walks on water doesn't mean that he's,
Walks out.
I mean, we need that for
Yeah.
his sake and
Yes,
for ours.
we do have that in the
Coming up?
horizon, yes. We
Okay.
just need to make sure that we're all gonna be here also to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't have to be a
Yeah.
major thing. We can do the evaluation and probably. go
yes,
through it.
we have the forms ready for you today. So that's one of the things that we are going to be
Thank
discussing.
you very much.
Quick
Um,
comment to add on to that. I did receive an email that.
Well, you'll receive it in, actual form, so.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to print it out if you don't want to.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be taken care of. Yes, I'm very excited, nervous, thankful for all the work being put in for this transition, which is all new to us. And I think just with open communication between all parties, including especially our teachers, and even custodial, everybody needs to know what's happening day one. Because that way, the same thing is being said every site.
And then
Consistency, continuity, right? Something like that?
we'll be issuing out the big sticks, so we're hearing you loud and clear. What
Okay.
else? Okay.
Moving on then. 15.0, business services. 15.1, approval of budget revision number 5.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 15.2, adoption of resolution number 22-06-24-25, authorizing interfund transfers in accordance with the budget.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 15.3, adoption of resolution number 23-06-24-25, authorizing interfund loans for cash flow purposes.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora, is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Bless you. Motion carried for all. 15.4, adoption of the 2025-2026 budget.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Freddie Espinoza, second by Merced Zamora, is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 15.5, adoption of resolution number 26-06-24-25, requesting the Board of Supervisors of Tulare County to establish a tax rate for bonds of Farmersville Unified School District expected to be sold during fiscal year 2025-26 and authorizing necessary actions in connection therewith.
Motion.
Second.
You have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza, is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 15.6, approval of Christie White, Inc. proposal for Go Bond audit for years 2022, 2023, and 2023, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
You have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Merced Zamora, is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 15.7, approval of Christie White, Inc. proposal for Go Bond audit for years 2024, 2025, and 2025, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by Merced Zamora, second by Freddie Espinoza, is that correct?
Correct.
Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for all. 17.0, future meeting dates. 17.1, July 15th, 2025. I will not be here. Is everybody else going to be here? As far as you know? Okay. July 29th. 20.0, adjournment to closed session at 7:18 to discuss 20.1, conference with labor negotiator GC 54957.6. It is the intention of the board to meet in closed session to review its position and to instruct its designated rep, agency designated representative Manuel Mendez, name of organization FTA/CSEA/management. 20.2, public employee discipline dismissal release complaint, government code section 54957. 20.3, conference of legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivision D, 2, and E of section 54956.91 case. 20.4 has already been handled in open session. And so we can adjourn to closed session now. Thank you very much. You may stay until we come back out or enjoy your evening. Okay. Where are we? We are returning into open session at 7:57. 21.0, action taken on closed session items. 21.1, conference with labor negotiator GC 54957.6. It is the intention of the board to meet in closed session to review its position and to instruct its designated rep. Agency designated representative Manuel Mendez, name of organization FTA/CSCA/management. No action taken. 21.2, public employee discipline dismissal release complaint, government code 54957, no action. 21.3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivision D, 2 and E of section 54956.9, one case, no action. As indicated before, 21.4 was taken in open session earlier. 22.0, adjournment at 7:58.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion by John Alvarez, second by Freddie Espinoza, is that correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, 4-0, meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Very good, very good.